Hello. Right, so I haven't done a video for the longest time because the world is what it is and there's not much to say. But I'm just going to do this one briefly. So it's out here, it's raining, but it's mild. And it's now coming up to 9:30 in the evening, and I'm just leaving the gym because it was raining all day. And so I kind of decided to work by day and do the gym by evening. Right, so I'm in the pool, as I do, and I'm sort of doing my exercises when a couple entered the pool. It's a small pool, so there's not really room for everybody, but I find ways when people come in because it's not my pool, so I have to be willing to share. Anyways, I don't know how it came up, but the lady said she's a Christian. And suffice to say, that was the reason why I ended up going to the gym tonight. Because as I said, I haven't done a video for the longest time. But that, I think, as I said, whatever's going on in the world whatever is going on in the world is going on in the world, and it's none of my business. But I'm at that point where I struggle to identify with people, not because I need to identify with anyone, because I'm happy just living my life. But it's one of those where there's no point talking to people if you are polar opposites, if you like. So everything is about cost of living, politics, this, that, and the other, and these things do not concern me because, as I've stated from, I don't know, for more than 25 years or however long I've been saying I'm all about God, right? So I don't look to politicians or to the king or to anybody for leadership. So anyway, so this couple was in the pool and she said something, and it was like, basically we are on the same path. So she is homeschooling her son. She understands that with God everything is obedience. But the amazing thing about it is she's only, if you like, become a Christian in the space of a year and a half. And she's flying. So she said to me that some of the people she meets with, or she met with as a church group, asked her how comes for a baby Christian her faith is so strong. So therein is the point. I'm always bashing Christians, not because I'm fond of bashing them, but I think much of what is wrong in the society is their fault. Because for years, I mean, I can go on the internet and dig up an article that I wrote, I would say about 20 years ago now, about the false counterfeit love and tolerance gospel. And we see where love and tolerance has got us, right? So, it's sort of like trying to prove how nice and kind and good as individuals they are. So they've sort of, it's like having a child, and you don't discipline the child, you don't, you know what I mean? You don't train the child, that's what I'm looking for. You don't train the child. So you think by loving people, or loving people is by allowing them to do whatever they feel inclined to do, to the detriment of the society. Right, so that's that. So anyway, this woman's come along and she's only been a Christian for a year and a half. And the woman talks like me. And I'm not saying that I'm the gauge, but I'm saying that we both rejoiced. I stopped what I was doing. I was there to exercise. But we were talking, and we were just basically sharing experiences of what God has done for us And I made the point of saying to her that the reason why God has manifested in so many ways in her life is because He actually wants us to glorify Him. Therefore, if there are any imperfections or anything that we need to work out of us, anything we need to improve upon, we can actually go to Him and He will help us to get rid. Because the whole point is that we should glorify Him. And for someone who's only been at this thing for a year and a half, her understanding is sound. So we go back to that point where in the Bible it says many are called, but few are chosen. Some are chosen and others are not. So again in the Bible it says by their fruits you shall know them. She has many fruits. She provided many examples of how God has helped her overcome illness, helped her in 6 weeks lose 28 pounds. That's 2 stones in weight. She did it by following what God told her to do, she said. She said God told her to go on Facebook. Now, I post on Facebook a lot, and I use Facebook, and I call it a buffet, what I do. I provide a buffet, so I will post things, and it's for individuals if there's anything there and it means something to them to take it and go. But I don't really want to sort of stick around and be discussing. I've had people say to me over the years that I should set up a church or I should go into politics. But I don't want to be leading anybody. I will put things out there, but I'm not interested in being anybody's leader. In the same way, I'm not interested in being a follower. Right, so it was very enhancing. It was very life enhancing meeting somebody who's literally in a year and a half hit the ground running. As well, she's homeschooling her youngest child. She said that the other 2 went through the education system because she didn't know. You see, and she said that what God wants from us is our obedience, and she's spot on. So you see, one of the things that God will do is he might say to you, right, get up, go and do this thing now. That is where the obedience is going to come into play. Because if you can't drop what you're doing and get up and do it at the, in the way that, a bit like when Jesus said to the brothers to drop their nets to come with him and he'll make them fishers of men kind of thing. And they just stopped what they were doing and they just followed him. It's a bit like that. So she took her child out of the school and is homeschooling him. There are so many people who know what's going on in the world, what's going on in with the education system, and they are doing nothing. They just continue to send their children into the system and talk in terms of God protecting them. But God will not protect anybody if they knowing what to do, they fail to do it. You know what I mean? If it's within their hands to do something and they're going to sit around waiting for God to do it, he's not going to do anything. So yeah, it was a great meeting, this couple. And so I would say that I didn't necessarily go to the gym to exercise tonight because I've hit my target, and so I can sort of like cut down to 2 or 3 times a week if I need to. So I did do upper body work, but I didn't do the leg work. But it doesn't matter, I can go on the treadmill for half an hour when I get back. But I digress. So yeah, so the whole point for me to go is because God knows how I have been feeling. And when I say how I have been feeling, I don't mean I'm in despair or I'm upset or anything. It's like literally I've switched off because lack of but basically I just got to that point where um, it's like being a stranger in a strange land. You don't have anybody who speaks your language, who feels the same way you do about things. And that was God showing me that there are others out there, which is amazing. That in itself is amazing because the whole point is to be the examples. We can talk as much as we want, but if God isn't manifested in our life, then I don't know what kind of influence we are supposed to be in the world. So we need to have actual stories of things that God has done for us, how God has worked. And that's it. So this couple was amazing to meet them. And I'll leave it there. So have a good night. Take care. Bye-bye.